One of the main reasons I bought my first gaming PC in 2015 was to play The Elder Scrolls Online. To begin with, the game didn't disappoint, but after about 30 hours, I felt myself rapidly losing interest in what I increasingly came to see as a soulless game. Eventually, I came to wholly repudiate the meaningless quests and the everlasting grind in face of other, more interesting titles. Since then, I've dropped in and out of the game once or twice a year each year, just to check in for nostalgia's sake. Each time, I secretly hoped that I'd experience the same wave of wonder and interest that I'd experienced in my first 30 hours. But I've just never been able to rekindle that feeling of interest. In this video, I'm going to definitively try and get back into the game through the new Morrowind Chapter. I'm not simply going to spend a couple of hours exploring the game, I'm going to invest all my spare time in the next 1 to 2 weeks playing and experiencing this game like I never have before. Or, at least that's the hope. I'm especially hopeful because of the recent announcement of the Somerset Isles chapter. This is a part of Tamriel I desperately want to explore. The following footage and commentary will be in chronological order. Depending on how much footage I acquire, I may even have to spread this out over a few videos, but we'll see. I'll cut to parts of the game that I think are interesting and to parts where I think I'm making a salient point or comment about the game. I'll try not to make it incoherent though, so you should be able to still generally follow my actions within the game and there should be a coherent story. So without further ado, I'm going to delve back into The Elder Scrolls Online. I can only hope that the developers have listened to what their fan base has said over the last few years. Okay guys, so here we are in The Elder Scrolls Online. Now the first thing that I've noticed that's completely different is this starting screen here where we're making our new character. We're on a ship and I believe we're on our way to Warden, which is pretty exciting. But we need to choose which alliance we're part of and then which race. And bear in mind I've given this no prior thought, I've literally just started up the game and we're about to start playing. This is completely blind for me, you know. I know next to nothing about the DLC other than you play a big part in being the eyes and ears of Vivek and the Tribunal. That's literally all I know. I've played Morrowind, I've got like 80 hours in it, sorry. So I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to the original game, I feel. But yeah, this is completely blind otherwise, so I'm really looking forward to having some fun. And I think just for the occasion, I might go as a Dark Elf of the Ebonheart Pact, just to fit in. I'm going to go as a male Dark Elf. Oh, I like that. I like that ponytail. Yeah, let's go with that. That one looks cool. It sort of fits with the Warden. If I'm sort of a natural guy, then that does fit. But yeah, I think they've added a lot of customization options here, to be honest. And I'm pretty happy with the way that our guy's looking. I mean, it's a bit stupid with the champion gigs that covers everything up. There you go. I think that's going to be it for me. And we'll skip the tutorial, I've already done that. Oh, brilliant, the name's... Oh, of course, because I've already used it myself. Oh, we need to think of a fitting name. Let's just go with Avarti Fear, that's... Because I'm thinking of Divath Fear, so, you know, maybe we can sort of play on that a little bit, and there we go. Okay, so here we are. If we have a look on the map, yeah, we are, just to check, just to make sure, we are in Warden. Wow, okay. This is big map, big map. Level 2 rewards, okay, this is new. I haven't seen this before. Spend skill points to gain new ability, spend attribute points to increase your magic health and stamina. Okay. Oh, okay, that's new as well. Okay, 45 mil, there we go. Oh, that was a bit guttural, but there we go. A Warden's sort of like, they summon beasts and stuff, don't they? So I'm thinking we want to go for a mixture of like damage and melee and stuff like that with a bit of magic. So I think we'll go for health and stamina to begin with. Skill lines allow you to customize your combat style. Okay, yep, this isn't new to me. I know all this stuff. But this is new, so obviously I haven't played as a Warden before. Command a cliff racer to dive bomb an enemy. That sounds pretty cool. And we've got 3 skill points, so I think we'll safely go with that. Okay, so if we put that as 1, there we go. See the large area of mushroom that heals you and all your allies. Not too bothered about that yet. Okay, yep, that one looks pretty cool. I'll tell you what, we'll just get our 3 main ones at the moment. There we go, got no more skill points left. We've got some collections. I'm familiar with this. This has been a thing for a while. I won't use any... I suppose I can have my... Etchelete, I'm not sure how you'd say that. And I have got this mount as well, so we'll equip that. There we go. Here we are. See if we can loot some stuff while we're here. And this is interesting because I found before that in ESO you never really got rewarded for just looting stuff. You know, there wasn't never anything that was quite like unique. It just felt a bit fruitless. So it's interesting to see they've got some interesting stuff here at the start of the game. What actually is it? Oh, okay, so it's oh, for the home, of course. I have heard about how you can sort of make your own home now, which is pretty cool. Here we are. Press H to mount up, shift to gallop. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. So this is like the start of Morrowind as well. The 3rd game. I'm pretty sure this is like supposed to be the same dock. I'm guessing this is the starting quest. Let's talk to this geezer. Wow, Sayadeneen, it looks fairly similar.
We need help. There's an armiger injured on the road outside Sayadeneen. So much blood. They need help.
Tell me what happened.
I'm not exactly sure. The buoyant armiger was accompanying Canon Valasa on a mission for Lord Vivec, but something terrible must have happened. Canon Valasa sent me to find help. She's on the road just outside of Sayadeneen. Will you help them?
Yeah, sure thing. And a buoyant armiger, from what I know, are like Vivec's sort of his, not his personal guards, but his sort of the military sect of his order, if that makes any sense. Here we go. Here they are.
Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the ancestral tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed Lord Vivec, and left a colleague alone at the tomb.
That sounds pretty dire. And is that buoyant armiger an Argonian? Because if that's pretty interesting if he is.
Lord Vivec sent the 3 of us to seek guidance at the Andrano ancestral tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I barely got her to safety, but we failed to complete the mission Lord Vivec bestowed upon us. Canon Levoul. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivec's questions, but there's no way he can get past the Daedra or ask the questions on his own. May the 3 grant him wisdom.
Tyson, what's wrong?
Oh my god.
Why, the 3? First a wounded armiger, now this.
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Those words, what do they mean?
Okay, I'm pretty sure that was Azura.
What happened? Merciful Azura, the Mother Soul spoke through you. It's a miracle.
Lord Vivec, protect me. That was Azura, the Queen of the Night Sky. And you, she spoke directly to you, Outlander. I'm surprised the Daedric Prince would risk Lord Vivec's wrath to proclaim a prophecy. But she did say you were here to aid us. The Daedric Prince Azura possessed that woman and spoke through her. I've heard of such occurrences, of course, but to witness such an event... She said evil creeps through the land. I wonder if it has anything to do with what we saw at the tomb.
Okay, that's interesting because... Especially because as far as from what I know, lore-wise, with the rise of the Tribunal, the Daedric Princes and like Azura, Boethiah and all that, they were kind of shunned, weren't they? So, you know, the way she's reacted, that's kind of interesting. I would have expected her to sort of, I don't know, like, been quite angry, but apparently not.
We sought guidance in a matter that concerns Lord Vivek. I received specific questions to ask while Levoul concentrated on summoning his ancestor. The Daedra ruined those plans when they fell upon Urnsey, and we were forced to flee. Vile creatures from oblivion. You hear about an odd ghost or a nest of vampires, but never Daedra. Please, if they're still there, they'll rip Canon Levoul apart. He's definitely not a warrior. Just look at what they did to the Buoyant Armiger. The Buoyant Armigers comprise one of the military orders
so
of the
I was sort
Tribunal
of correct.
Temple. They seek to emulate Lord Vivek's deeds through actions and words. Poor Urnsey. Those monsters went straight for her. Where are you from? Children learn of Red Mountain before they even taste Flynn. The mountain sits at the center of Vardenfell, periodically rumbling like a sleeping Nyx shaking its leg. Lately, however, it seems to be waking from its long slumber. You don't know Lord Vivek, one of the living gods of the Dunmer Tribunal. You must be new to our land, Outlander. But there's no time. Canon Levoul remain behind. He needs help if he's going to get inside the tomb and ask Vivek's questions. Yes, one of the god monarchs of Morrowind. He's the warrior poet who lives in a grand palace in Vivek City. Lord Vivek sent us on this holy mission to request information from Canon Levoul's ancestor. It breaks my... Azura is the cruel but wise Daedric prince of dawn and dusk. She's one of the good Daedra, for what that's worth. But for her to speak through an innocent means something terrible is about to happen. Why else would she dare Lord Vivek's... What do they teach you where you come from? Lord Vivek's a living god! Azura is merely the anticipation of Sothasil. Vivek stands as the present and the future, while Azura clearly represents Vardenfell's past. So no, they don't get along.
Okay, that's interesting. Because the tribunal before, the tribunal were Vivek, Boethia and... not Vivek, sorry, Azura, Boethia and someone else, I can't remember who. Okay, so here we are, we've got our first quest though. So we have to just go to the Andrano Ancestral... I remember that. I'm fairly sure that you got a similar quest in the original Morrowind. Oh shit. So let's go and do that. I might just go back into Sayadeneen and see if there's anything... Because as I said, I did want to try and explore this game sort of more fully. As much as I can. And...
Keep your hands where I can.
So I'm going to try and explore every ounce of the game, try and really immerse myself. Oh look, there's one of the sky shards. At the moment, I have to say that I'm feeling that initial feeling that I felt, you know, when I'm going to try and get this sky shard. When I first got ESO, you know, I felt this feeling of anticipation, excitement, and to an extent, that's what I'm feeling now. Maybe not to the same degree, but certainly a little bit. Yeah, so every 3 of these you get a skill point, I'm fairly sure. I just think that the attitude you've got to have when you're going to these games, ESO, is that it's not really an Elder Scrolls game, if that makes any sense. Like, you can't go into it with the same expectations you'd have with, like, Skyrim or something.
Outlander, a word. By order of the Deputy Governor of Sayadeneen, which happens to be me, the lighthouse is closed until further notice. On the other hand, I seek an outlander who's willing to... I need someone without ties to the area to look into a matter for me. It seems the lighthouse was broken into. The flame was extinguished. As a result, a ship crashed along the shore. There were fewer bodies than expected, both living and dead. I suspect slavers were involved, which means they had help here in town. I find that unacceptable. Discover who doused the lamp fire. They'll lead us to the slavers. Question Delms, who was on duty that night. I need to check in with the Overseer. His workers are searching the wreckage, and I want to know what they've uncovered. By the time we were alerted and had organized a response, precious moments had been lost. We rescued a few, but mostly we found those who had drowned or were crushed on the rocks. Even so, it was nowhere near the number. It was just a typical sailing ship from the mainland. I suppose it carried the usual complement of cargo and travelers eager to reach our verdant shores. I don't believe that such a vessel would make the trip without filling its holds. Damn slavers. Ever since our agreement with the Pact went into effect, slavery has been outlawed throughout most of Morrowind. But all we did was drive the slavers into the shadows. This whole stinking event has their bloody fingerprints all here and in all of the territories controlled by the great houses that support the Ebonheart Pact. If you stray into Telvanni or Dres territory, though, the practice remains strong and vibrant. Hence my current troubles. We're just a small outpost along the Bitter Coast, but I like to think of us as the gateway to Vardenfell. From here, Vivec City and the other inland locations are easily accessible. Governor O'Melian.
That's interesting, because I thought slavery would have been outlawed everywhere. And also, she said that House Telvanni wasn't a great house, which is interesting. But yeah, I think we'll do this quest first, because I'd like to sort of complete quests in sections as we do them. So, oh god, yeah, I forgot I'm playing a different account now, but when I first played ESO, what I tended to do was sort of complete an area and then move on. For example, in Stonefalls, I do like from east to west and progress like that. So I think I'll do the same thing here, sort of completing quests in the area that I'm in. But yeah, I have to say I'm fairly impressed at the moment, because it seems quite full of quests and just things to do, to be honest, which I'm quite impressed by. I'm not sure if they've optimized things, but it seems to run a lot better than it used to.
Halt! No one's allowed up here. She asked you to... an outlander? Isn't it enough she stuck me up here to guard the flame indefinitely, but now she's looking for help outside the house guard? What else can I expect after what happened the other night? Findon sent a barrel of his finest ale for Watch Captain Bethes's birthday. Powerful stuff. 1 cup and we could barely keep our eyes open. The entire regiment was knocked on its collective arse. When I came to my senses, I saw that the fire had gone out. Look, once I heard the crash along the shore, it was all I could do to get moving and raise the alarm. Cherish's water loves to loiter near the light.
I'm surprised like an Argonian slave would want to still live here. So we're looking for, what is it, Cherish's water. You can always tell it's an Argonian if their name's what's the word?
Who are you looking
If
at?
it's compounded like that. Yeah, you can tell she cherishes water.
Do you mind? Your dirty foot coverings are contaminating my pond. So direct you are. It makes my tongue wither and the answers dry up in my mouth. Go and bother someone else with your parching questions.
Oh, I don't think I can intimidate, can't you? Sorry, can I?
Now you insult me? I'll have you know I can take care of myself. Since you mentioned it, I have noticed that my favorite pond has become somewhat stagnant. I bet if we had some Findon special blend, my throat would moisten right back up. Findon collects it from a secret location where the sea meets the swamp in perfect harmony. Contains just enough salt to nourish my scales without drying them. You can buy it from him or fill a bucket yourself.
Okay, fair enough. Findon's special blend. So this is how the dermatological business started in Morrowind. I'm just thinking, how much money do we actually have? We have none. No money, brilliant. So we're going to have to go and get some ourselves. Gets it from a secret location where the sea meets the swamp. So, this might be it. Yeah, because I was going to think like that's the sea and that's the normal water. Here you are. I mean, she could easily find this herself. I mean...
Ah, that feels much better. Now that's the proper way to ask a question. As a matter of fact, I did notice someone near the lighthouse that night. You keep asking the wrong question. I did not see anyone that night. I felt them. They made ripples in the water. I felt them stuck by the tree that overlooks my pond. Then they moved off towards the lighthouse. Look to the tree, moist one. I prefer my waters to remain still, calm. Prying causes a ripple.
So... Oh, okay, they're at this tree. I'm fairly sure, because when I've looked in the Wikipedia, there's always been something about Civi. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I'm pretty sure that references the tribunal.
Not now, citizen. I'm up to my armpits in problems today. Really, Outlander, it's commendable that you're trying to learn our ways, but the words of the tribunal just sound silly when you say them like that. I suggest you stick to sightseeing and leave the religion to us.
Sure, mugged. So I guess I've just got to... Oh, I've got to ask them the secret code.
You're an adventurer, huh? That's a good one. That tribunal nonsense is almost as funny as some of the things I heard in Hrothgar.
Ah, the governor. That would make sense.
What? What did you say? I suggest you leave now before I set the guards upon you.
Despite all the excitement around the recent shipwreck, word of advice: don't mention anything about the tribunal to the governor.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, so it's not that. I just assumed it wouldn't be the Well, it's either the guy in the lighthouse or this dude. So we shall see. I have to say, I'm quite getting into this quest now, like this sort of detective work. Let's quickly just head over here and see if this guy's the culprit, but we shall soon find out. Like everyone we've gone to, I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be the culprit, and it just hasn't. I mean, at least it's kept me guessing. It's not obvious. Here we go.
Move along. Don't you have better things to do than quote my religion at me?
Okay, it's not this guy. Okay, there's only one more person who could be, I guess. But we'll have to find that one out. So, one person we haven't talked to who could be a potential culprit is Cherish's Water. I think it's unlikely to be her though. It wouldn't make a lot of sense, but then again... Oh, also, she's an Argonian, so why would she want to capture slaves? But I guess we sort of need to go around and talk to everyone and see who the culprit is. Now, the interesting thing is, I literally have no idea. That's a good thing about this quest so far, is that it's actually been quite enigmatic, sort of, and ambiguous as to who's actually responsible. So I suppose that's good. And also, it's nice that they've offered an alternate side quest at the very start of the game. I think that's quite nice. But let's ask her.
Would you be so kind? Talk of gods makes my scales itch. If the living gods really cared, they wouldn't make me suffer. Now take your religious foolishness.
So obviously it's not her. I might go in here. I'm not sure if we've asked this guy. I think we have.
I only recently arrived.
Or is it not? Oh, does it? Oh, this person. Okay.
Welcome to our shop. Keep it down.
Oh, it is
I
her.
don't want to attract undue attention. But what happened? I thought I was supposed to go to the drop. You didn't come all this way just to give me my reward, did you? Already? Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. I love working for the Tribunal. It's so much better than trying to earn a living as a thief in Vivec City. But where's your helmet? I've never seen an Ordinator out of uniform before. Oh, right. We're not supposed to talk about Ordinators in the Tribunal in such a public place. But it feels good to be doing holy work for a change. And such a simple task, snuffing out the lighthouse flame. I mean, Umsethi is the ending of words. Oh, that was easy. I put a sleeping draught in the ale they ordered for watch cap.
Okay, that's confusing. So it was the Tribunal that ordered the slaving ship to come ashore.
Unfortunately, the wreck of the vessel provided no additional clues. Were you able to discover anything during your investigation? The young woman who works with the grocer. I doubt the Tribunal would ask her to do something so reckless. Do you have any proof other than her word? This is disturbing. This parchment feels just like the sheets that Governor O'Melian special orders from High Rock. I'm going to need you to acquire another sample from the Governor's office. It's the only way to be certain. Not if I don't want him to know I suspect that he's working with the slavers, or the Tribunal, though I still consider that to be some sort of fabrication. No, if I alert him too soon, he'll just cover his tracks. Not the office. He keeps it in his private quarters, accessed through the guardhouse. But I'd never suggest that you sneak into his quarters and steal a blank sheet of his special parchment. That would be against the law.
Ask Maurice to steal the parchment so we can get the other girl to do it. We can do it ourselves. I just feel like we're inviting some sort of disaster if we get her to do it, so we'll just have to do it ourselves. But yeah, this is interesting because I'm not sure why. Why would the Tribunal be behind this? It's interesting that they're not painting the Tribunal in like a completely positive light. It's kind of like how they were in the original Morrowind game, which weirdly is set in the future. But in that game, the Tribunal are very much portrayed as sort of both good and bad, which I think is a good thing. Okay, we need to... So it's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Well, that was incredibly easy. I appreciate your concern, Overseer. My ships made an exhaustive sweep of the coastline and Firemoth Island, and found no evidence of slave activity. The shipwreck was an unfortunate accident, nothing more. As for the other matter, I must entreat. So it appears as if he's either trying to cover up slave activity, or he's trying to... Maybe because like slavery's been outlawed, he saw a slaver ship and wanted it to sort of... I don't know, maybe wanted to sort of destroy it, or maybe something like that, I'm not too sure. Or it could be an elaborate ruse, like the Tribunal want to make it appear like there's no slaves. Honestly, I'm grasping thin air here, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see.
Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you? That's odd. We haven't done a search of Firemoth Island since Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. And these parchment sheets definitely match. This is what I think doesn't matter. We need evidence. But we also need to launch a rescue. Slavery is illegal in Pact territory. It's time to visit Firemoth Island. Hopefully, somewhere along the way we'll find more proof of attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that? That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemoth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners. Soldiers, to the ships! We sail for Firemoth Island!
Oh, so I'm driving the ship.
Well,
fair play. So this is going to be a first taste of combat. Let me just see if I've got anything. There's nothing else I can really equip. But let's just go ahead. Oh, my little pet is nice and cozy there. So here we are on Firemoth Island, and there's Bardal over there in Vivec City. So this is our first sort of taste of combat. Let me just remind myself what our skills are again. So number 1 is dive. That's the cliff racer, frost cloak, and then that's the healing one. So 3 is for healing. I have to remember that. But we have to free these slaves. I'm guessing that was pretty easy. It's the first one. There's one over here as well. Oh yeah, that guy's oh shit, veteran 720. Jeez Louise. I mean, I know that there was an update quite a while ago that made it so the game scales the levels with you, which I think is interesting. I'm not quite sure what to think about that, but at least it's obviously good for the Morrowind DLC because it makes it sort of accessible and challenging for everyone. But I mean, that even I knew that. That's not new news.
I can't believe it. Free.
It's interesting, they're not all Argonians either. Oh, captain's note. If you can read this and make sure the rest of the crew hears this and understands. There's a marag tong writ with my name on it. I suspect our confederate and Sayadeneen's feet have grown cold. Well, we'll deal with Governor O'Melian and his treachery soon enough. And if I'm wrong about the governor, if instead one of you hopes to advance your station by having me assassinated, then come and face me. The crew deserves an honourable leader, not backstabbing scum. I mean, that's fair play. We need to rescue another slave though. Let's test our metal. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Didn't really need to do that, but okay. I've never actually played as a melee guy before in ESO, like a tank or anything. So this is a new experience for me. Winter's Embrace level 3, nice. Anything we can loot? Doesn't look like it. Generally, I do tend to play a combat in first person. That's what I prefer doing, and I'll often do any sort of other stuff in third person. Although I do tend to switch. I just find first person more immersive. And what's interesting is this sword is just curved loads. I'm not sure if that's like an accurate depiction of like an actual sword.
At last, I'm free.
Oh, not yet. There we go. Kill both of those.
Someone attacked the governor. This guard will live. Did you find anything important on Firemoth Island? So the governor hoped to use the Morag Tong to cover his tracks, but this note just adds to the evidence you've already uncovered. Well done. You have provided a great service.
Nice, okay.
Governor.
Sergeant, where's Governor O'Melian? What happened here?
The governor struck me from behind and fled.
The governor seeks to escape justice. Ah!
Oh, so you must choose one of the above rewards before you can claim this level's rewards. Okay, this is a new thing. So each time you level up, you get some sort of reward. Oh, I have no idea. That is a new thing. If we're sort of this what's it called, a Warden, I'm guessing I want to be going for like medium armor. Because we're sort of like a mage, sort of melee. Although then again, I'm not too sure, because if we are being a melee guy, which I'm not necessarily sure about yet, because I might want to do archery. Ooh. I might go for medium, you know, because I think I will go for generally a bow-based guy, purely because I've never really used bows that much in the ESO. I'm sort of test them out. So level 5, I get 2 skill points, 2 attribute points. That's a new thing, because traditionally you only got 1 attribute point and you get a skill point, whereas now they're giving you more rewards. I think that's really good. I think that's interesting. I think that definitely makes it more interesting for me. I think we'll go for Magicka just to even it out. And we've got a skill point as well. We could go for two-handed, but as I said, I'm not really going to be too. I don't want to get too into that. Stir a group of Shulk that attacks after 3 seconds. Okay, yeah, I quite like the idea of using sort of other animals to do our bidding, so I think we'll get that one. Nice, nice, nice. Inventory. Oh, nice, and we've got some of those as well. So we're not looking completely naked now. I do kind of want a bow though, and we haven't found one yet, so that's a bit disappointing. We've got 73 gold. Waterlogged strongbox. Oh, wow. Okay, so well, I'm not sure if that was another like reward we got, but we will definitely be equipping that. Yes, we've got the bow that we need. That's medium armor, and that's definitely better than what we've got at the moment. Nice. Okay, that turned out really well. Oh, we've got another quest over here. We're absolutely flooded in quests at the moment. Otherwise, we can do the main quest, but I think I'm quite liking these side quests at the moment, so we'll delve into this a little bit more.
Bah! Dull-clawed pieces of... yes. Hello. What are you doing out in the middle of nowhere? Going for a walk? This one often walks. Around here, I mean. Nervous? Me? Ha! Do not make this one laugh. Hollins here is just horrible. Bandits kicked this one out of his home and stole his crops. Halingier is just a simple farmer, you see. You will help? Oh, bless you. This one planted his crops in a cavern nearby. Zane Sipilu, please, retrieve my notes and poison the water. Without proper irrigation, the plants will wither. It pains me to kill them. You are a true hero, Walker. A brave and noble warrior. Falura is this one's loyal farmhand. She is not very bright, and she is very lazy. Always scribbling notes and asking silly questions. But I keep her on anyway. Hallingier always does right by his... I could, but this one likes Falura. Oh, she knows too much about my farming practices. Yes, Hallingier has many secret farming tricks, like using fish heads and guar. Sorry, I was just... Hey! You and I have the same... I am sorry. This one is a nervous wreck. Hallingier is growing a rare Khajiiti herb. Very delicate and very desirable. Do not worry, Walker.
I have the feeling that he's like growing some sort of moon sugar or something. The hidden harvest, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's all the way up there, so we can head up there. I'm not sure if we can... Oh shit, I've accidentally attacked it, so there we go. We are going for it. No, I had my first use of the bow in the game. Oh, this is actually kind of challenging. I'm not sure if it's better to, like, charge up my attack or just do it really quickly. Oh god, there's another one. There's two. Oh, we're so dead. Oh yeah, we're dead. We're dead. A slap. We got slapped to death. We can just survive here, I'm guessing. Yeah. Here we go. So it's just here, I'm guessing. Oh look, Are these bandits? Are these are people?
So you've agreed to help Hallengier destroy his crop? I'm not sure whether to be heartbroken or elated. Just be safe, all right? This task is more important.
Well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
What? No, don't be absurd. Just do as Hallengier asked.
Okay, this is confusing, but we shall do exactly as he has asked. It's a delve, I think like a delve is... It isn't a dungeon, but it isn't just your normal sort of place either. It's kind of in between. Oh, that netch looks so cool. But yeah, we're going to start this quest, and I just want to make a comment here that I think so far from the side quests I've done, like, because I've actually been trying to engage with them, they have actually been fairly engaging. I think you need to be in the right sort of attitude and mindset to properly enjoy this game, which I'm doing at the moment. So I would say so far, you know, an hour, 2 hours in, or whatever, however long I'm in, I am really enjoying this game so far. But yeah, let's destroy these crops and see what crops they are. I think that'll be interesting.